Are you grumpy, Mr. Cashman?
No.
What's happened?
Oh, this is about the third time I've been here and the museum is still closed and it's not even a weekend.
We timed it so that we were here when it's not a weekend. Where are we, Aidan?
Woomera.
Woomera in Outback, South Australia. Tell us about Woomera.
Well, it's developed in the 50s as a rocket range to test rockets. It's a big RAF base, still active.
It's still an active RAF base, very active.
Do some space launches and that out of here too.
Yeah.
But yes, this is my third time being here to try and have a look at the Heritage Museum, but I'm foiled again.
You're foiled. Damn.
Third time, yes, that I've been here, and previously it's been weekends and they're closed on weekends. Now we're here in the middle of the week, but of course they're closed now until
August.
Until August.
You're not blasting off today, are you?
No.
Anyway, it's a great...
Still a good bit to see.
There's a good bit to see. It's a great spot to stay, particularly if you've got kids. Brought my kids here when they were younger. They absolutely love seeing all the rockets and all the bits and pieces dotted around. We were just talking about, don't even know if you can see us there, but we were just talking about it's quite an eerie place to be.
Yes.
It's a bit eerie, isn't it?
Not as bad as the weekend.
Yeah, when you come on the weekend there's no one about often. But, you know, being a RAF base, there's a lot of housing here. Looks like there's actually quite a few people about at the moment, and just recently if you were coming down or up the Stuart Highway, the highway was closed because they are still actively using the area for tests and things like that. So
only for a few hours on certain days that were well publicised, but yes,
I don't think,
just in case anything went wrong.
Can anyone see us there, love? I think we're in the shade. Anyway, we finally got on the road today. And we're just moseying on up the Stuart Highway at the moment, so it's always good. And when we leave here I'll show you, when we get back out on the Stuart Highway, the reason it is a testing range, because there's pretty damn well nothing for as far as the eye can see.
No, in a northwesterly direction from here it's about 3,000 kilometres to or more to 80 Mile Beach on the Western Australian coast.
Yeah.
Which is, and in between it's pretty much uninhabited. There's a few Aboriginal communities and a few other things like that. There is a really interesting weather station at Giles, which is just inside WA on the Great Central Road, which does an interesting tour.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
Yeah, it's worth doing.
Yeah, and of course if you are at Woomera, there's a little caravan park here. We're not staying there tonight, and there's also Pimba Spuds Roadhouse, which has got a large gravelled area where you can camp.
Well, we have no idea where we're staying yet tonight.
Yeah, but we probably won't be staying there either. We'll just continue and find somewhere in the bush.
Yes.
That's the plan. What's going on in here, Aidan?
Well, it might look like junk. Technically it is. It's
space junk, is it?
This is part of the rocket that is built, well, it's an ex-US Army Redstone rocket.
Right.
But it was fired from here to launch Australia's first satellite, the WRESAT, which put Australia in 1967 as the fourth country in the world to launch a satellite into space.
Oh, really?
And this big part here is the main tube that was recovered out of the Simpson Desert.
So they went and picked up the wreckage, huh?
Well, it was a few years later.
Yeah, so sorry, was that 1967?
67 was when it was launched.
Right.
November 67, and from here up over to Simpson and out over Gove on the peninsula in the Gulf of Carpentaria.
Quite amazing, isn't it, how far we've come though now, like that 67, to think about now how many thousands of satellites we've got.
You look at Starlink, it's got 4,000 or 5,000 on its own.
I know, circumnavigating the Earth, and it's crazy.
But there's a lot of blasting been going on here.
Yes, for sure.
But yes, it's an interesting little place to visit.
Yeah. Do you think? I just think it's definitely worth the stop.
Oh, it is definitely worth the stop, and the amount of history here.
Yeah.
If you've ever heard of Len Bedell, He was one of the people that worked here, but also did the Maralinga test sites for the atomic bombs.
Yes.
And he built, I think, 6,000 kilometres of road through basically the South Australia, Northern Territory and WA deserts to facilitate the rocket range so they could get out and mark the lines and everything. And very interesting books to read.
Yes, you've got all of his, haven't you? And the other thing, I think it's great, it's one of those places where you can come, because you will see it featured on the news when they're talking about these things, and then you go, oh yeah, I've been to that one. One day.
Len Bedell is actually buried here.
Yes, is he?
Yeah.
At Woomera?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Is there a cemetery here, obviously?
Yeah, it's a bit out the road.
Well, we better go and find it.
Oh, we'll see.
You've read all his books. The least we could do is pay our respects to the man, couldn't we? Yeah, let's go. Let's do that. So there's a lot of housing still in here. Some is being used and some is not. That's what we were meaning when we were saying it's got a little bit of an eerie feeling. Can see that it could be really bustling when there's stuff going on. Now, we heard an almighty bang when we were in Woomera, folks. Woomera, sorry, it's hard to say. And as you can see across there, boom, something went off. Just passing that, so yeah, no, now you're trying to get into the Department of Defence.
600 metres, slight right towards Tech Road.
They are going to go, oh my God, another caravaner, piss off you people.
Are you sure?
No, love, you are not getting in there, trust me. They'll be out there in a minute. It must be that road back there. Geez, do you reckon we're in the right spot?
The dead centre of town.
Well, hang on a minute, people. I know it's the dead centre of town, but could you just see that mushroom cloud that we just showed you? Everyone's talking about it on the UHF radio. I'm like, oh my God.
I told you we'd have a blast in Woomera.
I'm like, there was this almighty kaboom when we were in Woomera, and we're like, anyway, I didn't think anything of it. Drive off and there's a bloody big mushroom cloud. Now we're at the cemetery. So I reckon we're in the right place if it all goes to shit, aren't we? Oh my Lord, goodness me. Never a dull moment when you're travelling. It doesn't matter how many times you come to a place, you find something different, don't you?
Yep.
So
we've known this was here, but we've never actually
you hadn't stopped.
Had to stop. And
yeah, so we just came to find Len Bedell's memorial, and we have found that. I can't say I've read any of the books. I know about him, but I haven't read the books. But Aidan has the whole library. So perhaps I better get reading, huh?
Yes, and his wife Anne is buried here too.
Yes, yeah.
The Ed Bedell Highway is named after her.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Connie Sue Highway, which is named after one of his daughters. There's Gary Junction named after his son.
Right. So huge surveyor of the South Australian outback.
The Gun Barrel Highway. Which is the first one he built, and quite an interesting
character,
and great storyteller.
Yeah. So maybe that'll get me into his books, do you think? Right, well, I reckon we get out of here now.
Yep.
Get out. The going's good and we're still going all right. Truth be told, I'm a little bit excited to be out here and see that. It's like, wow, yeah, they're actually doing something. As you saw, we kind of took a road down looking for the cemetery, and we got to the base. There's no way you're getting past those gates. There is a lot of U-turn marks there. They've done a lot of work out there, I think, in recent years. Anyhow, off we go. Find somewhere to camp tonight. We've just left Woomera, and as you can see, this is why they have the testing range here. There's absolutely nothing really to look at or see for a long way, except for, if you can see it in the distance, that mushroom cloud that just went off, which is now dissipating. So we're hoping that everyone else in the rest of the states isn't watching TV going, oh shit, look what happened out there. We're just merrily driving along, doing our thing, being tourists.
Oh, we did have a blast.
Had a blast of a time at Woomera. I think we've outdone that joke now. This is when my overactive author brain, inner author, who's not an author yet, Aiden, is watching all this traffic going the other way. We're the only ones heading towards the mushroom cloud, and I'm sitting here thinking, oh my Lord, are all those people heading for the bunker? Because we don't know. They're all heading in the opposite direction. Oh well. If this episode doesn't make it, guys, someone finds this camera, it'll be gold. As you can see, folks, we're heading towards it now, in the thick of it. I'm sure it's an everyday occurrence out here, but I'm going to have to find out what goes on. Probably won't be able to find out. It's probably restricted, it's classified information, but everyone's talking about it on the radio. My curious mind is going to have to find out what we can and keep you posted. As you can see, folks, this is why the Woomera testing range is out here. It's really nothing to see for as far as the eye can see. We quite like that. It's not everyone's cup of tea, of course, but I don't know. I think there's something beautiful in the nothingness of it all. We never mind travelling out to these places. It's always a joy. Isn't it, Aiden?
Yep.
Bit of solitude never goes astray. We found a camp for the night, and because it's us, we're out stooging around in the bush.
Getting our rocks off.
Oh my God, you're full of the dad jokes today. What did you say?
Getting our rocks off.
Sorry, we're not mic'd up, everyone. Don't know if you can hear us. Anyhow, we are at, it's called Island Lagoon Lookout, but there's two of them. We're at the second one, so we're actually, if you're heading, yes, if you're heading north of Woomera, we're not that far out of Woomera. It's just a car park. I'll show you in a minute. But we were the only ones here because I would rather be here looking at this and stooging around in the bush than looking at a fence at Spud's Roadhouse. You know, each to their own, but we'll always do this if we're given the option, aren't we?
Yeah.
Won't we? Won't we? Aren't we? Won't we? Sorry, sidetracked by looking at the rocks. We woke up in our free camp this morning, folks, and it's everything that we love about being in the van. You know, well, two things. First of all, Aiden lied, didn't he? Look, one bird didn't get kicked out the bed. And this is our views this morning. He's out there cooking breakfast. It's bloody cold. God, it was cold last night. Definitely got down to 0 or below. But here's the views. Not bad. I better haul my butt out of bed so I can enjoy it. There you go, folks. Get a load of that. Looks like Aiden's got brekkie going. Aiden, are our neighbours gone?
No.
Oh, they're still there.
I think they were a minute ago. Yeah. And then there's someone else turned up too.
Oh, God, party time. We had one lot of neighbours, folks, in this free camp. As you can see, it's packed out, man. There was some road noise, obviously. We're on the Stewart Highway. But whatever, we don't get caught up in that. Read all those bloody wiki reviews. Oh, there was truck noise. Of course there was bloody truck noise. You're you're on the edge of the highway. Don't you agree, Aiden?
Yep.
God.
It wasn't that bad.
Drama. Whatever, they're doing their job. There was just like, there wasn't that many, was there?
Well, once I went to sleep, I didn't hear any.
That's because you sleep like the dead. Guys and girls, as beautiful as this free camp is, this is the reality of the free camp. Oh man, I had a rough night. I always have a rough night when I first get into the van, different mattress and all of that, because we've had a little bit of time at home. The wind started howling, and I mean howling, so we had the covers across the skylights, and obviously there's a bit of breeze gets in there, flapping up and down. Got up and opened those. What else happened, Aiden? I can't even think. Aiden was snoring, but then he's like, are you okay? That's right. And twice I got up to look for the aurora that was happening in South Australia. No bloody aurora. I thought, we're out here in the middle of nowhere, it'll be great.
Too far north.
No, this time I think we're too far north, but we will try again tonight. So then I woke up and I was freezing cold because the other day when I was getting the van ready, I thought, we won't need flannelette sheets on. We'll be fine. No, we need flannelette sheets, and we probably need an extra blanket. We have got the diesel heater, so Aiden, we were tag teaming all night. Aiden got up and then put on the diesel heater. I don't know what time that was this morning, but we don't run that all night when we're in the van, unless we really had to. I just find it actually dries me out. Any of the air conditioning dries me out a lot, so I prefer not to have it on. And much to Aiden's disgust, always have a little window cracked somewhere or some air getting in, because I'm that person who thinks that we're not going to wake up in the morning when we sleep in the caravan. Oh man, so yeah, great campsite, beautiful, free camping, love it all, but wake up looking like this. Anyway, on the road now.
But the view is good.
I know, love, I just showed everyone that. It's great. Just jumping on to say thank you. Today was super exciting this morning, wasn't it?
Yes.
Was I excited, Aiden?
Very.
He couldn't film it at the time because I just got out of bed and was running around in my knickers and t-shirt, and you don't need to see that. But thank you to Sharon on our YouTube channel. Sharon's watching our stuff quite regularly. Yep. And we got our first ever super thanks today, which, thank you for the super thanks. Until last week, we didn't even know what a super thanks was. And I said, Jayden, that'll never happen. And so I was getting a bit carried away this morning because it's just, really.
I was getting ready to look for the white jacket with the long sleeves. It's just really heartfelt gratitude from us to you for the time that you do put in when you're making these videos and things. It is a lot, but we do it because we love it. We love sharing Australia and just sharing travel in general. And if you guys can get something out of it from every single video that we do, if it helps you in some way, or you decide to stop into a little town that you might not have stopped at before, then that makes it all worth it for us, doesn't it? Like, we really love it. So thank you so much, and we hope to obviously meet many of you out on the road. And any of if we ever receive super thanks or any payments that we receive from any of the social platforms, we've made the conscious decision to donate some of the money at the end of the next financial year to a rural charity, and we will be discussing that with our online community and saying, look guys, who should we donate this to? As you know, for us it's always about the rural areas, so between us all we'll come up with something. They might be making a little bit of something or a little bit of nothing. No, we make donations anyway, but every little bit counts, doesn't it, if it can help a rural community out there. So thank you everyone. Mwah! Really appreciate all the great comments we're receiving, the feedback, and the fact that you seem to be enjoying some of the what would we call them? Our ramblings.
Ramblings, that's the word. That's the
Yes,
word we're
thanks
looking
to
for.
Sharon.
Yes.
Made Leah's day.
Thanks, Sharon. And we're off to the Red Centre now.